All right, this Evinrude 150's got a bilge pump problem, so we're gonna put a new one in it. And he also wants a water pump, and so, you know, we need to like look down here and see if we got power. There is a bunch of fuse blocks and stuff down in there, so, you know, could be a fuse. Why that's not, I could get a replacement card. You can get replacement cartridges for these, and honestly I thought that's what I should have done. But I ordered him another build switch because he doesn't have like an auto switch over there on his dash. Some really old switches, and I don't know. If they work, they work. They don't, they don't. I don't know. But you can see, like, we do have a light there. We got a horn. And then looks like we got, I don't know, manual fuel, auxiliary fuel. I don't know if there's, like in this tank, if he's, we don't care about that. We'll care about this bilge. And then he says he said he's taking on some water, so he didn't know if he's got a hose leaking. You know, we'll have to look at that, but this is the bilge. You can hear nothing, but the light comes on. So I'm guessing that the integrity of that line is good. So you won't be able to see this because it's like way out of there. All right, he's got a little rubber stopper for his drain over there. Probably show it on the other side. I just really need to fill it up, make sure, you know, he doesn't have any leaks. And there's a little bit like down there right now, so I think I want to go ahead and just even put the plug in it, because if it does fill up, you know, we can tell a little better. So right now I can feel there's water coming out of there, so this fitting right here needs to be resealed. All right, well, that's not fun. There it goes. There's a little bit of water. Most likely the live wells are leaking, so that's not good. Can't see it, but right there is the drain plug. I mean, it could be like you need a new drain plug. We'll get a lot of water leaking or just a little bit. All right, well, here's and I got this far. This is an update on the fence. I mean, it's not perfect. I guess it's all right. Looks pretty good. I hate that when I messed up and I got a few blemishes, and I was trying to figure out what am I going to do about the top, because getting that just perfectly level can be a real pain, right? And so I think we're just going to put a light on top, one of those solar lights. And I might even do one on each one of these. And then, yeah, to light this area up. So I guess the only way to really, maybe, is just to get down in there and see if I can find where maybe that fuse, those fuses probably go to those two pumps right there. And those are going to be Livewell pumps. And then this pump right here, that's gonna go out to wherever it bilges out, which is most likely over here on the side. See that little white thing? That's where your bilge usually goes. So you guys probably know this, but that's what I'm kind of doing today, because I thought I was gonna do this yesterday, actually Monday, and then the other boat really hung me up, but I haven't heard from him, so I guess we're all right. He's probably wanting his boat back, but you know, it's like you know, you can only do so much at a time. They got a little bit, they got these cool fuses like everywhere. So we don't know, maybe he just has a blown fuse. But regardless, we're gonna go ahead and change them out. And this thing is a little weird. It's kind of tilted down right now because I have the motor sitting where I can run it. I want to run it first before I change that water pump, because it it's tie down there. Yeah, I just want to run that run the engine first before I change that water pump. I just want to check it out. You know, that's the thing. It's like you always want to kind of check things out before. And then I charged up his batteries last night. He's got this cool little handy dandy, well, he's got a Minn Kota charger, and but this is a cool little thing here. It just plugs in here and keeps your plug happy. Not just hanging out. I like that. So I don't know where I can find those. I probably have them, honestly. Remote trim up, down. Oh, okay. I was looking for that back here because they didn't have one on the engine. That's interesting. I mean, everything works on this boat. Might clean it up a little bit, you know, because I'm kind of a freak that way, you know. It's super clean, that deal. Or anything else, you know. Looks like we got a mud knobber nest trying to make. Get that out of here. That's gonna be soon enough. We're gonna have, you know, problems with the, you know. Yeah, you know. Anyway, so one thing we can do, like, because I know I'm replacing this. I mean, I just, you know, it is what it is. This is a 800. This is a good pump, or was, and you know, it's like maybe I can cut the line. I can test it here. I can see if that fuse is there. You know, it looks like they got fuses for everything here. So get out a test light and test and see if we even have power coming up here, because that's the first thing. And then we'll just go ahead and proceed to see if we can't fix them up. And that's what I'm doing today. Yeah, there's a little squishiness in this boat. I like the lid kind of flexes a little, the floor kind of does a little thing, you know, but it holds your weight, or holds my weight. And I got this thing, man, up against the back. I don't know if you can't see this. There's no way to really, like, convey to you. So that's the best I can do this picture right here. But this is the hot line. You know, it's always brown, right? And then it looks like they got white going into black, and that's going to be ground. So I think all we got to do is unplug this fuse here and see if we got voltage. That's what we got to do. So let's see here. So all the length I got. Oh yeah, it's all corroded down in there. I mean, that is cool. It kind of holds it, you know. Well, let's see here. I got a test light. Probably don't. So I'm gonna put it on the ground side, and then stick this down here, and maybe I'm sure we can clean it out. That's pretty bad. They're probably all like that. I don't know if it'll stay. It probably won't come on. We'll see. We'll see. We got power on. Turn the Bilge switch on. It's on. Hey, it lights up. It's a good signal too. So we definitely got a bad pump, I would say. Like, this is interesting because like the line can't come loose. Let's see if it. What do they got in here? 2.5 amp fuse. That's fine. Yeah, probably we gotta. Let's see if we make it through the fuse. Since we know this is good, I don't know, that fuse block is old. Probably needs to be replaced. Let's see if we got it here. No. Right? So the first thing so it's most likely the fuse block. So let's just cut it. And I can go ahead and, well, I got it. I thought I brought those out here. I don't have my dike stacks. I can stick it in the end. Yeah, it's not making it through the fuse. So that fuse block is, you know, no good. Might as well just freaking cut it out. I'll cut it off somewhere up here. Alright. And I wish I had my pliers because we could test the pump real quick. Oh, there they are. So no reason to save that old fuse block. I just gotta be careful because that is hot. So I bet you this pump works, but I have a new pump for him. This is a good way to test it. You probably can't see, like I said. Like, okay, so now we can just touch the wires and see if that works. Yep. I don't know if you can see that. Well, you won't be able to see that. So the pump works. See? The pump works. And but we got to repair it, so we're going to put a new pump in it. And this is our ground wire, so we're just going to make sure we turn the switch off first, and then we cut that ground wire. Or I'll cut, I don't know. You know what I'm saying. Where do we get it? By the way, this thing still works, but somebody broke the tabs, so there's the tabs there, but they're like worn out. But then there's nothing here, so usually there's like, I think there's tabs on the opposite sides. And it's kind of weird because I don't see, it doesn't look like it was broke, but it definitely doesn't go, you know, it won't lock in no matter what you do, you know. So it's just broken. But yeah, that's how they look. And those are good pumps, I guess. You know, I like they had the replaceable cartridge. You could get them like where they were a little bit stronger, you know, 800 gallons. You got to look at make sure your voltage is right. It says 4 amp fuse. You know, I had a 2.5 in it. And I got a new fuse block because it really should be fused. I don't know, these are okay. Just once you crimp down, you just gotta check them. Yeah, like that's pretty good. It's windy. I mean, you can use those old blue ones too. Just put a piece of shrink wrap over it. Let's get them all the way up to the front and then crimp down on them good. It's how hot you have to get that to melt it. And then you're like, if you feel the ends of this wire, it's like kind of hot. And I don't know if I like that or not. I don't think it hurts anything, but then I don't know. It seems like it would weaken the connection, if you're following me. Now the problem is I gotta kind of lay funky to get down there because, yeah. Tell you what, my knee and my ankle been giving me problems. That's from having to climb in and out of these boats. So you won't be able to see this because it's like way out there. You know, I don't know. I could try to set that over there, but you ain't gonna be able to see it. Anyway. Yeah, now it's got a fuse. This had a 3-amp fuse, by the way. I just did that. It was already in there. I think I had it for another job. But anyway, that's okay because I got extra parts, right? First button. I'm pretty good with it. Man, birds this time of year, they're just a whistling. Alright, so there's that. Let's cut it out because, so this is our ground. So I don't have to reach way down in there. Should I just cut it here or should I cut it back here? You know, it doesn't matter. It's a good ground. So, oh! Alright, now we gotta cut this hose off, or I gotta get this end off here. And it'll just come right off. Yeah, look at that. The hose is shot right there. Hose here. Pair of scissors. Where'd that go? And I got this SPX Flow. It's a Johnson pump, and this one's 05703-00, and this 750 gallons is 12-volt pump. Well, what's kind of cool about this one is it's got this float on the side, so you can do automatic bilge. It's got some parts, you know, so we're gonna need that, but just get everything out. Not sure what that is for. I don't know. I don't know what that's for. But this thing has got like this. This is the switch, right? Well, it's kind of cool because it just mounts. It'll probably blow away. It mounts. How does it mount? See, there's the switch part. Little screw. Like you can either, looks like you can either screw it down. Alright, so this SPX pump, this SPX Flow, it's just a 750 gallon pump. Although you can get the replacement cartridge. It's kind of hard to say. You know, and maybe you get a bigger one. This thing is made so that it fits like right here. It's got this little piece and it just slides on there, and it kind of, you know, now it's got a couple of screw holes, you know. We're gonna, there goes that. we're gonna mount this on the bottom of the thing, and then, you know, we'll just go ahead and wire this all up. And the cool thing is, I think, is, well, that's weird. Why would you do this? Here's something else, man. Why would you do this? And, you know, you should put some instructions in there. So this is, you know, from your, I guess the way they want to wire it up, like this end's going to go to our positive, and then these are what's going to come from the switch. So we can just go ahead and do these and maybe test it out. Old line, which I need to cut it back to where it's just black, but you can believe some of the stuff I've seen anyway. So now would be manual, and then this should be like our hotline to the battery, right? So if we're up like this, so if we're like so, and you know, right now the switch is off and this is off, right? So we just need to wire this to the battery, to the hot side of the battery, and I need to wire this all up. So I'll do that real quick. I'll tell you guys one thing. I like my nut drivers for this because using a flathead to stab yourself is not my idea of a real good time. These clamps, you know, I just got a clamp. I could do those other type of clamps, and this is on here tight, so it should be good. Stainless steel clamp. Yeah. So I mean, if you got a place that you put screws, great. If not, you know, like I have this hose right here, I could put a tie wrap around. Alright, and then we have all our wiring. Just gotta wire it up. So this is how I gotta climb back out of the boat, because I put something up. Put those little connectors up. I need them, and I need a connector to go to the battery. You know, now one thing I could do is you could, like, here's some funky stuff there, man. It's a lot of connections. You know, you could combine them into one connector, which is maybe something that needs to happen, because it looks like this connector doesn't look very big. It's not very healthy, you know, and neither one of this is loose, you know, so maybe we chop those off, and really kind of like a bus bar would be great, but then, you know, we're gonna have to fix that. You can't see what I'm talking about again. Down here, you know, he's got for his positive is like, it's gonna be one more line, so it'd be 5 connections. So what we could do, you know, you could add one of those things, those little, you know, post deals, but the problem with those is that they just corrode. So with these, you know, I could like just, you know, take this around or whatever. I don't know if he's got any extra on this or not, but we can combine all these into one connector. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and I'll show you guys that. Alright, this is just some cheap stuff off of Scamazon or Amazon, whatever. I don't know, made in China. I think this will fit. Just make sure your lug goes on there. And then we got a piece of shrink wrap. Yeah, it may not be perfect, but it'll work pretty good. And then we'll shove this on there pretty good. And there's kind of like these little cut edge. You can kind of get it to poke out through there. It's good, because if you need to, you can hit that with some solder. But it makes a pretty good crimp. Oh yeah, there's this. I need that. Okay. See? It's a good joint. And we'll just take this up and anyway, that part of it's done. The other part of this is I gotta figure out if he's got a water, like any of the other hoses, were they connected to the pumps, if they are leaking water too. You know, probably somebody like, you know, mess with this to see, like trying to fix it, and you know, that's why they ended up kind of in that situation. But you know, anyway, this all works. So we'll get a big tie wrap, and then I don't know, some of this is just what it is, you know, just kind of. So hopefully that, you know, he may not like that if it's auto bilge all the time, you know, because it's still taking on water. You know, he may want to consider like another solution. He could put a switch, like an auto switch somewhere, like if he could run it, like change out the switch that he has and select it to auto, where it's at. So now I gotta open these compartments. First, he's got a little switch that controls his Livewell, so he can close it or open it. So you probably want to go and first of all make sure this thing is, you know, is closed, and that's like down here. All right, open, close. So we want to close it. Yeah, it moves good. So now that's closed. And then we want to open up his lids and just get a hose and fill these. It's a big old tank. Look at this. Just trying to get someplace where I can be, man. It's like, I guess if you're in the boat. Oh, there we go. So yeah, it's a big tank. Maybe I get something to like wedge it up, a little board or something. All right, he's got a little rubber stopper for his drain over there. Probably show it on the other side. I just really need to fill it up, make sure, you know, he doesn't have any leaks. And there's a little bit like down there right now, so I think I want to go ahead and just even put the plug in it, because if it does fill up, you know, we can tell a little better. So right now I can feel there's water coming out of there, so this fitting right here needs to be resealed. All right, well, that's not fun. There it goes. There's a little bit of water. Most likely the live wells are leaking. So that's not good. And can't see it, but right there is the drain plug. I mean, it could be like you need a new drain plug, but definitely he's gonna have to address, I believe that turn this off, just see if we get a lot of water leaking or just a little bit. Well, I kind of missed it, but the automatic bilge kicked on. You can see the water look right here. I don't know how much dropped, but it's definitely leaking down. So this is a lot bigger job than he may be ready for, because you're gonna have to take, basically you're gonna have to take this out, and there it goes. Glad it didn't get wet. At least it'll pump it out for me. I hate that I'm gonna lose it all, but there's no way to really tell. It's definitely leaking from the live wells.